Good evening, ma'am. I'm your student nurse, Elia Pido. It's so nice to see you once again. How have you been feeling recently?
The same.
The same, alright. Have you been feeling okay? Is your mood now okay?
Yeah.
You feel comfortable? Alright. So it's been a long time, quite a long time since we last met for the interview. And between in that interval, how have you been feeling?
Still the same.
So you're still experiencing the same symptoms
Yes.
and difficulties of falling asleep. Alright, so you and I, we know that we both have realized that our main problem that we want to solve is insomnia, based on your experiences and your desire to fix it, right? Alright. So now I have prepared a number of slides for us to go through, for us to be educated on. So it contains a lot of information focusing on insomnia, what it is to begin with, and more on the science of sleep and some sleeping strategies that we can do so that you can have better sleep, and also um, ways for us to know if you need to seek medical help if ever symptoms persist. Okay? Before we get started, so after our interview, I have created a care plan for you. So, yeah, this is the title of our plan, of our goal. So, title is "Do Not Disturb the Disturbed: Managing Insomnia Through Healthy Sleeping Practices." So, our purpose is to educate the client about the causes, risks, and non-pharmacological interventions for insomnia and promote behavior change toward healthier sleep. So goals is the client will gain an understanding of insomnia and be able to apply effective strategies to improve sleep and quality and daily functioning. So we have our learning objectives, content, the teaching methodology or visual aids that we will be using, and our way of evaluation. So you can personally read this all. Okay, so we only have 8 of them, so are you alright with them?
Yes.
Okay, so now we can proceed to our presentation. So here are our learning objectives. So by the end of this session, you will be able to define insomnia and identify its symptoms, understand common causes and risk factors, apply practical strategies to manage or reduce insomnia, and know when to seek professional help. So there are 4 of them. And I know and I'm confident that we'll be able to hit all of them by the end of this session. So are you ready now, ma'am?
Yes.
Alright, so what is insomnia? So I know that you have a prior knowledge to this because you were the one who explained to me your symptoms and what it might be, and you did mention insomnia, in which you are correct. So insomnia, basically difficulty falling asleep. That is the most general and common term of it. And there are 2 types of it. So we have acute and we have chronic. So acute, this is the shorter term, and chronic, the longer term. So those are the simplest definitions of it. Got it, ma'am?
Yes.
So right now, do you feel like are you in the chronic or the acute thing?
I feel like it's acute.
Okay, cute. You're cute, ma'am. So now let's dive in more as to what insomnia is and what it's got for us. So, can you name at least 3 symptoms of insomnia that you may have experienced or others may have experienced, or just simply you know of these symptoms?
Okay, so I find it hard to get some sleep.
Okay.
I feel tired when I wake up, even if I sleep. Also, I feel short-tempered sometimes.
Alright, so all of those symptoms are actually correct, and mostly everyone who experiences insomnia have these symptoms as well. So as stated, you actually got 3 of them already. So difficulty falling asleep, the main symptom of it, and waking frequently at night, feeling tired upon waking, and daytime fatigue or irritability. So insomnia really is not just simply you having difficulty falling asleep. There's also that, but it also spreads to more causes and disturbances in our daily living. So it not only ends up all night, but it also brings you to a lot of symptoms next day in the morning. So there are risk factors and causes to it. So probably some of it you might feel, oh, I kind of relate. So number one is stress, anxiety, depression. These are actually three of the most common risk factors and causes of insomnia. Number two is poor sleep hygiene. Probably when you have been stuck in a cycle for a very long time. A lot of people would even describe and even explain that their poor sleeping hygiene started in the pandemic because they didn't have much to do. Does that resonate to you too?
No.
No, alright. So, next is medical conditions. A lot of people who experience medical conditions also experience insomnia. Next is drinking of caffeine, alcohol, or medication use. This also have its side effects on making you more awake. And lastly is shift work or irregular sleep schedule. So I do know that you're a dentistry student, right?
Yes.
And you get a lot of load, academic load in your schedules, right? So I do see you often that you're awake and you're still studying and doing some schoolwork. So that does disrupt your sleep, right?
Yes.
So why does sleep matter? So we focus on these three things: physical health, mental health, and performance. So physical health, which is mainly your physiological condition, because sleeps, one of its main function is when we sleep, our body gets to repair, right? It boosts immunity and supports heart health, right? So next is mental health. It improves mood, as how you mentioned earlier that you're short-tempered when you do have insomnia, and it does reduce stress and it enhances cognitive function. So when was the last time, ma'am, you experienced a very, what do you call this, deserving sleep? Now when you woke up, you feel so refreshed.
I can't remember.
Yeah, you can remember. I mean, it goes to being a dentistry student, right? You guys are one of the busiest students around. So, lastly is performance. So, with better physical health, it improves our cognitive functions. How we concentrate in class. Do we get to focus on the daily tasks that we have on hand? Are we productive? Are we active in our daily living activities? And also memory retention. Have you been feeling recently that your memory is quite disrupted?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I also experienced that, especially when we are low in sleep. Now, we call it in our term, right? In Bisaya, it's lutang. In
Same.
Lutang pa rin. Okay, so that. So this is just one of the greatest facts of insomnia. So it does increase the risk of mental health disorders. I mentioned it earlier. Cardiovascular diseases, obesity, weakened immunity, and cognitive decline by significant percentages, with studies showing a 10 to 45% higher risk depending on the condition. So you do exercise, right?
Yeah.
Was there a time in your life you used to do gym?
No.
Right. But if you do go to the gym, it is one of the unspoken rule, or even like a rule itself, that when you do go to the gym, you really need to have 8 hours of sleep. Because if you go to the gym and you do not sleep early, it means all of the work that you've done in that gym is nothing. Right? So we get that a lot. So it just describes on how important sleep really is. Okay, so these are the simple do's and don'ts. So 5 each. So do's, you create a consistent sleep schedule, make your bedroom comfortable, limit caffeine and alcohol. I know that this is hard because there are a lot of times that we need to be alert and awake at night to finish most of the things we need to do. But if we can, it is encouraged. Next is engage in relaxing activities. What relaxing activities do you usually do?
Playing.
Alright. So, do you exercise regularly?
Yeah, but not
Not,
now.
not now. Okay. So, here are the don'ts. So, number one is don't use electronics before bed. I know this is hard. I'm guilty of it too. But we can try. One step at a time. Next is don't eat heavy meals late at night. Number 3, don't take naps late in the day. Number 4, don't drink excessive fluids before bed. And number 5, don't stay in bed if you can't sleep. So, the last one is quite intriguing because most of the time, especially living in a Filipino household, that your mom really forces you to sleep. But if you can't stay, it does say that if you do stay in bed and you still can't sleep, it's better to move around so that eventually you will get sleepy than being irritated not getting sleep. So, here we are at for our first assessment. So, true or false, you can just verbally tell me. So, there are just 4 questions. So, if you resonate with it, say true. Or if you think it's true, if you think it's false, say false. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, first question. You can catch up on sleep during weekends if you're sleep deprived during the week.
False.
False. Alright. So second is, drinking alcohol before bed helps you sleep better. True or false?
True.
True. Okay. So true or false? The more sleep you get, the better, and it's always better to sleep as much as possible.
True.
True. Okay. Number 4 is, last question. Watching TV or using your phone before bed doesn't affect your sleep quality.
True.
True. So watching TV or using your phone before bed doesn't affect your sleep quality. You say true. Okay.
Somehow true, somehow false.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes we do need to watch TV because some of our late night shows air at late night, right? Or phones just to catch up with friends because nighttime is the only time that we're all available. So here are the answers to our true or false. So number 1, you can catch up on sleep during weekends if you're sleep deprived during the week. So, okay, I have my answers here so that we can. So number 1 is false because it explains that you can. So apologies if our video got cut. We lost storage, but good thing it's back up again. So to continue with our true or false assessment, so the answers to the 4 questions of true or false is number 1, it's false. It doesn't mean that you lost 10 hours of sleep during the week. You can catch up by just having a 4-hour sleep on the weekend. So sleeping is a constant and consistent routine that we need to do. Yeah. So kahit sa sleep, bawal yung procrastinating, right? Yung parang later na. Alright? So second is false. Alcohol may make you feel sleepy, but it disrupts your sleep quality. So, yeah. And number 3, it's false. More sleep is not always better. Oversleeping regularly can be linked to health problems. And even depression, that's like one of the signs that you see of a depressed person if they usually, most of the time, fall asleep, right? So that's one signal to it. And last is false. You're not supposed to have blue light exposed to your eyes right before you fall asleep. And we'll explain that further later as we have also a topic here relating to the science of sleep. And I think it's in just few slides. So these are sleep myths debunked. So it is a myth to say that you can catch up on sleep during the weekend. It is a fact that irregular sleep patterns disrupt your circadian rhythm. What is that type of rhythm? So we'll get to know that later. So myth is snoring is harmless. But fact is, it can be a sign of sleep apnea. Okay. Myth, older adults need less sleep. But fact is, sleep needs remain consistent with age. So this last myth and fact does resonate with us because growing up in a Filipino household, again, we were told to get a lot of sleep when we were kids, right? Because we might miss out on sleep when we grow old. But it is already stated, and it's fact that in the amount of sleep that we get in childhood is also the amount of sleep that we need growing up, right? It's our body still anyway. So here we are in the science of sleep. So the science of sleep, as how I've researched about it, it does mention rapid eye movement and non-rapid eye movement. So what does the eye have to do with sleeping? And what does light also do with sleeping? So these two are actually very rooted in sleep. So first is your sleep cycles. So the eye movement actually indicates the type of sleep you're having. So it's either you're having a dream or you're trying to resurface to a memory on your brain. So this is a study that was done. So rapid eye movement, our body may be still, but it does amaze us that our eyes are moving when we dream and we have memory consolidation. Right? So for non-rapid eye movement, it's the moments when we have deep sleep and physical restoration. So the times probably when we're too tired. Have you had those days that just directly sleep and the next thing you the last thing you remembered was just sleeping and you didn't have any dreams?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have that frequent sleeps, right? But we also have sleeps that when we dream, right? So here is the circadian rhythm. So this is our body clock. So it does function 24 hours. This is the very function that operates when our body wants to wake up now or doesn't wake up, so that. And melatonin, this is the sleep hormone, right? So it does signal your body if it's time to sleep, right? So for both circadian rhythm and melatonin, I've known that they are closely linked to light. Because for melatonin actually activates when the lights are off. That's why most of the time we don't feel sleepy when the lights are on. And the moment that when we feel light entering into our eyes, when we wake up, or when we feel light, that's when melatonin gradually backs out. That's why we wake up. So yeah. Is this the first time you knew about it?
No.
No. Okay, you're smart. Next is, how much sleep do you need? So how old are you? You're 20,
20 years.
20 years old. So you fall in adults. So 18 to 64 years for adults. So we need 7 to 9 hours per night. But of course, sometimes we get to be exempted when we have a lot of schoolworks. But as much as possible, we need to have 7 to 9 hours per night. So every time that we get to have the chance to do so, or maybe we can have more time management, maybe we can practice this. And teenagers, 8 to 10 hours. Older adults, 7 to 8 hours per night. And children, varies by age. Some sleep 9 to 14 hours. I've met toddlers who sleep during the day and night. So it accumulates to 14 hours, 15 hours. So it depends. Children have a lot more liberty. But adults, for us, 7 to 9 hours. Okay? So we have tips for better sleep. So sleep hygiene education. We need a consistent sleep schedule. So we have to fixate in our minds that if we want to sleep at 9, whatever the cost, we will sleep at 9. So your circadian rhythm may be responsible for your body to wake up or for you to sleep, but it is a mind thought process. So it's a constant choice. Next is relaxing bedtime routine. So personally, this becomes hard because I'm not really the type to relax. But for you, you may listen to music or listen to music. Probably distract yourself from blue light. Just inhale and exhale. Okay. Number 3, avoiding screens, caffeine, and heavy meals before sleep. Number 4, cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia. And number 5, relaxation techniques, breathing, and meditation. So I want you to repeat after me. So we breathe through the nose and we exhale through the mouth. Okay? Let's do this 7 times. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, last. Inhale, close your eyes. Exhale. Alright. So the role of exercise. So I know that you do exercise every now and then, but now not really that much. But if ever you get to have the time, I know that you know the benefits of regular exercise, because the more that we move in the day, the more we get to sleep at night because our bodies get tired. So it's a natural response. So timing, avoid intense workouts close to bedtime, because maybe the adrenaline is right up there, and that's what makes you miss your sleeping schedule. And recommendation, you can have a 30 minutes of moderate exercise daily. So I think this is the last one. So when to seek help. So for now, you did mention that it's acute, right? But if it does persist, these are the very things that you need to look out for. Number one, chronic insomnia or fatigue. Number two, loud snoring or gasping for air. And number three, difficulty staying awake during the day. So, of course, this is not just a one-day happening. If it's constant and you've noticed that it's already chronic, so this is that would be the best time to go and seek medical help from a professional. So, consult this professional, better for a sleep specialist, and get you for him or her to get you diagnosed and treated. Okay?
Okay.
So I want to give you a daily mantra in times when you feel like you can't sleep. So I'll say it first and then you'll state it too. Okay? You can say this in front of a mirror, or you just close your eyes and think of yourself. So rest is not a reward, it's a right. I deserve peaceful sleep, and I choose to care for my mind and body tonight.
Rest is not a reward, it's a right. I deserve peaceful sleep and I choose to care for my mind and body too.
So to wrap up this whole this whole session, so all in all, we may have difficulties. All in all, yeah, we face difficulties in life, difficulty in sleeping, and we get affected in our daily living. We may have all of these remedies. We may have all of these strategies, but of course, we should not forget to pray and to commit everything to God. For He is the creator of everything. He created rest. In fact, the Sabbath day is the very example of it. So Christ does value rest too. Alright? So Psalm 4 verse 8, in peace I will lie down and sleep. For you alone, Lord, make me dwell and safe. Alright, so have you learned out of things you think we can apply to?
Yes.
Alright, so to end this, we have a short quiz just to see if you got it. Just to see if you've understood everything tackled. So don't worry, you can just tell me the answers. So number one, true or false? Oh wait, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Number one, true or false? Going to bed at different times each night has no impact on your sleep quality.
False.
Number two, multiple choice. Which of the following is the best sleep environment? A brightly lit room with loud noise. B, a dark, cool, and quiet room. C, a warm room with lots of pillows. D, a room with a TV playing in the background.
B, a dark, cool, and quiet.
Number three, fill in the blank. It is recommended to avoid using electronic. Low battery. Anyways, it is recommended to avoid using electronic devices like phones or computers at least
30 minutes.
before bedtime. Okay. So for multiple choice, last question. Which of the following is a good bedtime routine? A, watching an exciting movie. B, exercising intensely. C, taking a warm bath or reading a book. D, checking emails or social media.
C, taking a warm bath or reading a book.
So let's clap our hands because you got perfect.
Yay.
It's a good sign that you did learn from our session. So any takeaways that you want to share or anything you wanna share?
No, I just want to say thank you.
Okay. So we do hope that you get to have better quality of sleep. And so thank you so much. And I hope you have a